Hey everyone, welcome back to Live the Boat. Today we're in Connor, Washington to check out a Munson landing craft. This is a 32-footer. Munson specializes in building landing craft. You'll see them all over the Northwest. And this is a landing craft like none you have ever seen. Don't go away. Morning, Justin. How you doing, man?
Rob. How you doing?
Taking the time, buddy.
No problem.
Yeah. Super excited to finally get on a Munson. And I don't know if I've ever been on one that goes 40 plus miles an hour. So this is going to be cool.
Heck yeah.
You said this thing just scoots with those twin 300 Mercs, right?
Yes, sir. We're excited to get you out there today.
Yeah, super cool. It's a little dark in here. Why don't we get off the dock and show everybody around this boat out there, which the lighting's a little better, and then we'll kind of run this boat around and show everybody what it can do. And maybe get it on the beach too, drop the landing deck down.
Let's do it. Let's get underway.
Yeah, all right.
You know, being that I do all the sea trialing and all the performance report, I'm able to look at all the comparisons from the different engines. And, you know, when it comes to putting the power to the water, the Mercuries do it for us, you know.
Great economy, they're quiet.
And the pure just transfer of horsepower to the water.
For sure.
You know, we get it from Mercury. Yeah, so the boat weighs about 12,000 pounds, light ship. Like I said, it's got a 4,000 pound cargo capacity. 12,000 pounds, I'm seeing about a 47 mile an hour top speed. You know, at 47 miles an hour, she's burning upwards of 45 gallons an hour of fuel. You know, but I can also run this boat with 4,000 pounds of cargo on board in that low 42 mile an hour range, and, you know, still see the same type of fuel economy, you know, with 4,000 pounds of cargo on board.
Normally we start on the aft end of the boat, but the business end of this boat is all right here up on the bow. You got your landing deck with, I'm assuming, is it cable driven, or how do you operate this?
So we use AM steel. Back in the old days we did use cable, but now AM steel is rated for more than cable of the
Dyneema.
same Dyneema, yes sir.
Same product.
Yes sir. It's friendlier around people's, you know, hands and stuff like that, friendlier to work around. Yep. We have these safety locks on the bow door that just basically prevent the door from inadvertently being lowered. These are machined, so when you open them up, you have to rotate them in order to open them up. Prevents them from rattling unlocked while you're underway.
And then how do you operate the...
And then essentially you've got an up and down button right here underneath the gunnel. Blue ring switches.
How neat is that?
Yeah, so this door's rated for 2,000 pounds suspended, 4,000 pounds with the leading edge on the beach. Which will efficiently, you know, handle any type of cargo that you could fit up here, like a side-by-side.
And you've designed this to fit your side-by-side right in here,
Yes,
right?
sir. This is designed to fit a Polaris General side-by-side.
And this will hold 4,000 pounds of cargo up there?
4,000 pounds of cargo, yes,
Goodness.
sir. And still run on step, you know, if it was safe to do so.
Yeah, for sure. And then what do you got in here? This is probably access.
So these are just open access lockers. Access to the winch for the bow door.
Your winch there.
Yeah, this is basically just open storage.
Yep.
It's the foundation for this crane right here.
There you go. Yep. Another one here. Is
Got
this
an
your
anchor
windlass?
locker over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, this is my anchor windlass. LaFrance anchor windlass, LaFrance 1000. I've got 300 feet of road in there and 100 feet of chain.
We were drifting out in the channel, and pretty narrow here in Swinomish Channel, and Justin's like, well, let's just put it on the beach and we'll finish the walkthrough. So there you go. That's how convenient that landing ramp is. And you can see the access that it provides to any beach, really anywhere. And up here in the San Juan Islands, really all over the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of remote islands, remote beaches. People have remote cabins, off-the-grid cabins, a lot of hunting and fishing that goes on here. What a great way to access the beach, get a four-wheeler off, lumber, packages, groceries, whatever you need, you know. And that's where this comes in handy, right? This maxi lift crane, rated for 2,300 pounds?
2,300 pounds, so this is an M110 maxi lift, electric over hydraulic crane. I basically put this thing on the deck here so that, like you said, I can load gear, lumber, help assist with, you know, loading deer, you know, picking up fish boxes off the
All
dock.
the stuff we love to do, man.
Exactly, yes,
Yeah.
sir. So this thing rotates 360 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a 14-foot boom on it, so I can literally lift stuff up out of the water, pick stuff up off the bow door, go all the way up to the roof if I wanted to load kayaks and dinghies and stuff like that. And then I also rigged this thing up with this Hydroslave 12-inch pot puller here. Essentially, I use that thing here on the crane like a knuckle boom. So if I want to pull shrimp pots, prawns, you know, go out and do Dungeness crab fishing or whatever,
sure.
that gives me the ability to
And
do
we've got some of the best prawn and dungey fishing anywhere here in the San Juan Islands.
We
so
sure do.
I guarantee you've had a bunch of crab all over this deck and shrimp pots and you name it.
That's right.
And then Burnowin mounts everywhere.
Yeah,
Pretty
Berwyn
much
mounts everywhere.
The premier mounting system now.
Yes, sir. I went with all these big stainless steel flush mounts up here so that I could move my downriggers around from one location to the next.
Yeah.
So basically, I've got 8 locations on board the boat that I could move my downriggers to if I wanted to,
Yeah.
or just use, you know, for mooching or halibut fishing.
And all the accessories too. They've got these great rod holders. Just pull that out. You can move these around. You know, they just snap in like so. LED light bar.
LED light bar,
Top here.
that's an Imtra light bar there. That thing works fantastic in the morning, you know, when we're running out of here at low light, you know, trying to navigate our way through the fog here.
Raw water wash down. No, fresh water up front.
Yeah, I did fresh water up front. That way we can keep our gear clean, rinse the side-by-side off once it comes up on the boat, stuff like that. I did raw water wash down on the back deck. That way we've got an endless supply when we're tuna fishing and stuff like that.
For sure, yeah. Couldn't help but notice this access here to all your electrical. What a great spot to work. Of course, you do this for a living, and so you know how nice it is to have a big space like this to work and lots of room to mount everything, all your bus bars, everything's mounted right here, all labeled, of course, and well organized.
Yes, sir. Having had to work on this stuff on the water in my past, you can't have good enough access to this equipment.
Yeah, reverse windshield that sheds water well. Not as much glare, you know, on those sunny days here in the Northwest.
Yeah, diamond sea glaze windows. I went with the full glass hinged front door and the full glass sliding door in the back, essentially so I can keep an eye on all my gear while we're out fishing, you know, and sightseeing in the islands.
Great visibility. Well, let's step on into the cabin. Check out this cabin. I don't know if I've ever seen a landing craft with premium finishes like this, you know. I love the chart of the San Juan Islands on the table. Cup holders all over the place. Nice
yes, sir. We
headliner.
tried to set this up so we could come out here, we could fish all day, or we could stay at night, you know, out on the guest dock. You know, the ultimate goal is to take this boat up to Alaska, be able to fish the boat during the day, and stay on the boat at the guest dock during the night. This settee table folds down into a bed similar to like you would see in a motorhome. So you've got this gas-assisted shock down here. Essentially, you pull the lever on the shock, the table folds down, then you can put a filler cushion in here. With the filler cushion in here, basically you've got a single bunk or like a couch for multiple people to sit on. With the filler cushion in here, you can then pull these extensions out.
Yeah, look at that.
Take the backrest cushion off and put it on here, and that extends this into a full-size bed. And then you still have room to travel around the boat, use the galley, get in and out of the front and back door.
And I'm feeling around here, you know, one thing you guys do a great job of is cleaning up anywhere there's an aluminum edge. A lot of boats, you reach in here and you cut your finger on that stuff. These are all cleaned up. And then, of course, you've got your galley over here, and I don't think I've ever seen on any boat a sink like this. This is a monster sink, buddy. Got a Kohler sink in there.
Yeah, we went with this Kohler full-size kitchen sink because like I said, we're living on this thing sometimes. We're out here, we're using it, we're putting fish in here, you know, we're actually cooking in this kitchen. So we got this full-size sink in here, a little cutting board off to the side. We also outfitted it with the Wallace stove there.
The Wallace stove in there.
Yeah, that Wallace stove is plumbed to a 20-gallon diesel tank that we have on board. So essentially we've got two things on board that are serviced by our diesel tank, our Wallace heater, and we've got an AT40 Webasto heater. Can't see it, but it lives behind this soft patch down here on the deck.
Lots of storage.
Overhead cabinets.
Everywhere.
Never have enough storage, you know, when you're out here on the water.
And then, of course, down below, all your silverware. And these Gemlock slam latches are just so easy to operate, you know. You don't need to worry about twisting anything. You just slam them shut.
No,
They
Jim
pop
Lock,
closed.
Teak Isle, they do a fantastic job.
Yeah.
These cabinets are all, you know, 100% UHMW. There's nothing to corrode or rust or fall apart, you know, as the years go on.
Yeah, little storage pocket here too. And then the helm station, you got an Airwave pedestal air ride.
Yeah, Air Ride's suspension seat on the base, 7-inch seat slide here. Bentley Yachtsman helm seat. We've done business with Bentley for years. They do a fantastic job. AC breakers down here below, along with my battery charger, my Xantrax battery charger. The boat's equipped with shore power, no generator. If you wanted to bring on a little portable generator and set it on the front deck, obviously there's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Other than that, we just plug into the guest dock with our 30 amp shore power.
Got your vessel view, Fusion stereo, Garmin MFD zip wake system. And you guys are having a lot of luck with the zip wake, right?
Yes, sir. You know, Zipwake dynamic trim, great system. You know, we're noticing a lot of increased fuel economy, increased speed on these boats. You know, essentially anybody can use a trim tab, but when you take all of the guesswork out of it and let a computer system do it, it works all the time and it works more efficiently, you know, than a human. My 12-volt system and all my breaker panels are located on the inboard side of the console here. All my battery switches are located up here on these rocker switches. The boat's also equipped with ACRs, automatic charging relays. Those are accessed from here as well as the crane battery to turn the crane on so I can walk up front and use the crane.
And then below deck here, you were showing this to us at the dock, mega storage.
Mega storage. I've got my sea bag down here right now, but you could see that you could fit a small family down there. Lots of gear for sure, and this is all dry storage.
Our kids would be hiding down there, I guarantee. Yeah. And then under this hatch, Justin, you have a bunch more rigging there.
Yeah, so this is where all my electrical accessories are located. All the ACR solenoids, all my ball valves, my batteries, my hydraulic pump for the autopilot system.
See, all your inlets are down there.
Yes, sir. Kind of makes everything easy to get to. You don't have to go out on the back deck and get wet. Kind of prevents a corrosion on your electrical system to keep them in there and keep them nice and dry.
Makes for a long-lasting life on that stuff, right?
Yes, sir. This is the head compartment located in the port aft corner of the wheelhouse. The head's actually pretty roomy for a 30-foot vessel. You got a small hand wash station right here, hot and cold water. Got a mixer valve right here and a shower wand in the corner. Essentially the self-draining floor down here in the bottom, so all the water from the shower would drain out through the overboard.
And then a well laid out back deck. I mean, most of the aft decks on these landing craft, you don't have this much room. This thing's built for fishing, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it was important to us to set this back deck up so there's plenty of room for 2 or 3 guys to come back here, fish, hook fish, land fish on the back deck without having to get tangled up in any unnecessary gear back here.
Got your Canon Mag 10s on Burnowin bases. They can be moved around. Love the workstation, man. You have your Burnowin bait table here, of course, with the rod holders, but this is key right here. Look at this. All your tackle can go right in here. Look at all that right there. Drawers. Store all your fishing gear right out here in this workstation, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, this works fantastic with the tackle storage, the wash down, the bait station, all of your poles and gears right here within arm reach. It's a fantastic fishing area.
Yeah, and you've got the HD decking from Sea Deck, done by Blue Seas right here in Burlington, right?
Yes, sir. Jeff Paxton out at Blue Seas, he really hooked me up with this stuff. We've done a lot of work with Jeff over the years, and they do a fantastic job over there.
This HD is nice. It's got like a hard shell on the top. It's really, really rugged and durable, you know, on a boat like this where you're working on the deck all the time. It's a really nice product. And then you've got fish holds both sides, right?
Yes, sir. Port and starboard 45-gallon fish boxes. Got a fender stored in this one here. These fish boxes back here are kind of dual purpose. I use these to ballast the boat down if I've got the side-by-side up on the front deck.
Oh, there you go.
You know, at 45 gallons each, you know, I can put almost 750 pounds of water back here, which really helps to ballast the bow down. So kind of a dual purpose. And then also, obviously, storage when you're not fishing or using them for ballast.
rocket launchers, all your fishing rods, grab rail, and then I love the acrylic door here, buddy.
Yeah,
that's a nice touch.
This is pretty nice. We have a small dog, you know, and a
Yeah.
10-year-old grandson, and this just kind of keeps everybody in the boat.
There we go.
And then when we're landing fish, I'll just hop over that door, you know, and that
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of keeps everybody contained here on the back deck, so my little dog doesn't have to run back there and try to help me land the fish.
And that's what they like to do,
That's
right?
right.
And then out here, you've got access to all your, fuel water separators in here, is that right?
Yes, sir. I put my Raycor fuel filters in that locker. That's the only locker that has a breakaway hatch on it. We
Yeah.
do that so that you can get in there and do service work without that hatch being in your way.
And that's nice because if this wasn't built like that, that would be laying right there and you'd have to work on top of this.
Yes, sir.
And then of course the twin 300 Mercs, man. They're running at 800 RPMs right now as we're pushed up onto the beach, just holding us in place here, but they're just so quiet.
They are so quiet.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing with these Mercuries is you forget if they're running at times. You know, you kind of got to come back here and remind yourself that they're still running.
Easy access to all your ins and outs. Yeah, in fact, and then this handle pulls the cowling right off. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
do that here, but
That makes it a lot more easy and practical for people to actually check their fluids. You know,
Yeah.
we found over the years that people that have to pull the cowlings off the boat to check their oil, they don't
never
do
check
it.
the oil.
That's right.
yeah, I actually check the oil about 10 times more than I used to. Now that
Absolutely.
you got this little hatch here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, makes it a daily
Fantastic.
maintenance item. Nice, man. I like it. Let's take it for a spin.
Let's do it.
All right, we're heading down Swonoma's channel here. Justin's going to get this up on step. Looking forward to seeing how this performs, buddy.
Yeah, Rob, this thing jumps right up on step, jumps right out of the hole. And, you know, the crazy thing is you can barely hear those engines running back there while you're doing it.
Nice. Twin 300 Mercs. And we always like to show bow rise, of course. And you'd think with a 12,000 pound boat full of fuel, you'd get some bow rise, but look at that. Pops right up.
Pops right up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you at wide open throttle?
I am now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, wide open throttle. And we are 40 miles an hour in the matter of what? 10 seconds? Yeah. 41, 42, 44 miles an hour. You haven't even trimmed the engines up or anything.
I've just barely bumped the trim up.
Yeah. Trim those up. 12,000 pound, 32 foot landing craft. What's the beam on this, Justin?
This is got a 10-foot beam on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we're running about 45 miles an hour. We're burning about 48 gallons an hour in fuel.
Yeah. And so this has what's called a Pac-Man hull underneath it.
Correct.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
So essentially the Pac-Man hull is a mono hull design. We
Yeah.
offer two different kinds of hulls at Munson. Pac-Man and Pac-Cat.
Okay.
The Pac-Cat is a catamaran style hull.
Yeah. And Pac-Man, it's a V hull with big wide flares on both sides. It's like a reverse chine, but we're talking like 2 feet on both sides, right?
Yeah, correct. You know, at the stern, the chine is only about 10 inches,
Okay.
but to match the bow door width, at the bow is where the chine will flare. So
Yeah.
got a 17-degree V on this thing, so it'll handle the offshore,
Oh, yeah.
sea state,
Yeah.
and then big wide chines on the bow to facilitate bow door.
Yeah. So you get the stability too. When you stop this boat, you got 4,000 pounds up here, you get stability out of those big wide chines on both sides, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And how will this handle in pretty heavy chop? Handle pretty good?
So I'll run this boat at 30 plus miles an hour in
Yeah.
a 4-foot sea state right across the top of it.
Yeah.
You know, after about 4 feet, you're not going to want to run on step
Well,
anymore.
4 feet is uncomfortable in any boat, right?
Absolutely,
So,
yeah. No, 4 feet is a pretty heavy sea state.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, the boat will handle more than your butt or your teeth can
Yeah.
handle.
Yeah. So economy-wise, what are we doing? We're doing 27, 28 miles an hour, And it looks like you're 4,000 RPMs. Let's hit the vessel view there. 17 gallons an hour. That's great economy, buddy.
Yeah, at 30 miles an hour, the boat will run like this all day long.
Yeah.
I think my range at this speed is right around 235, 240 miles.
That's fantastic.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
12,000 pound boat.
And you plan on bringing this up to Southeast Alaska or something, don't you?
Yes,
At
sir.
some point?
Yes, sir. I think
Yeah.
next spring we might run up and fish Elfin Cove, do a little bit of halibut
What a
fishing
great
up there.
spot. One of the cool spots in all of Southeast Alaska.
Yes, sir. I love that area.
Yeah, beautiful. One thing we like to do in these sea trials is 0 to 30 when we can. We don't have vessel view plugged into these outboards, but we do have Eric's handy phone here. I've got the stopwatch set up here. You ready to go, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when I count down, you're gonna match those throttles and we'll see how quickly this thing goes 0 to 30. 3, 2, 1, go.
$30.
6 seconds. Good Lord. 12,000 pound, 32 foot, 10 foot beam landing craft. 6 seconds, 30 miles an hour. Twin, 300 horsepower Mercury Marine Outboards. That's insane, buddy. All right, Justin, let's get up to what, 35, 36, 37 miles an hour?
Yes, sir.
All right, you want to lay it over hard to starboard?
Coming over to starboard.
All right, coming over to starboard. Show you how this 32 Munson handles. Look at that. He hooks right up. We're kind of creating our own chop here too, running around the channel. And no problem in the corner, no cavitation. Pretty good test there with that Pac-Man hold, buddy. He handles like a dream. So you guys ship these landing craft all over the world. What size range do you build these things?
So we build these landing crafts anywhere from 23-foot range to 70 feet.
Wow.
Inboard, outboard. They're all custom made to suit the customer, and so basically whatever you want, we can do it.
And you just start with the hull. You've got a cat hull and a mono hull.
Correct.
And that's what we're on right now. We're on the Pac-Man hull, you call it, which
Correct.
is a mono
Yeah,
hull.
this is the mono hull.
Yeah.
You know, both hulls have their advantages, I guess. The mono hull is a little bit better at a heavy sea state. Gonna give you a little bit more displacement, cargo carrying capacity. When you get into the catamaran style hull, bigger footprint in the water, more stable, larger footprint when you're landing the boat on the beach, so more stable while you're loading and unloading.
So maybe a lake setting or inside waters where you don't need to deal with a lot of chop.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So they basically grab the hull you want, and then you guys build it up from there.
Yep, sky's the limit from there. We have folks that come in that, you know, have seen other vessels that they would like to try to duplicate. They've got specific missions in mind that they're trying to do, and they don't know what they need.
Yeah.
Then we help them, you know, with what they need, or give them some options to choose from. In general, people go onto our website. They will look at different models that we've built in the past. That will give them a basic idea of what they want for themselves, and kind of a starting platform, both for the design and the pricing. You know, family ran and operated. You call Munson Boats, you're going to speak to one of the people that is very closely, you know, attached to the Munson team.
Yeah.
Maybe Jesse Munson himself.
Well, that's been Live the Boat this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the time, Justin.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. My wife's gonna kill me now. Now I need a landing craft. Crying out loud. What a machine. Hunting, fishing, shrimping, crabbing, adventuring, whatever you want to do. Side by side, freight, lumber, you name it. You can do it all with this Munson landing craft. Yeah, thanks again for watching this week. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. We'd love to hear them. Love to answer your questions. And hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you next time.